Good morning, Knights, and welcome back to the Westmount Highlights. It's the week of April 26th, 2022. Last week we celebrated Hope Week, formerly Anti-Bullying Week, with some gifts, class activities, and a special guest speaker, Sam Dema, on Thursday. I want to once again thank Student Council for all of their hard work in making this event possible for the school community. As Sam said in his speech, small, consistent actions can make all the difference. Hashtag be someone's taco. Progress reports were made available on the Mosaic Parent Portal this past Friday, April 22nd. Parents are invited to log into their account by accessing portailparents.ca. That's portailparents.ca. This week we have a PED Day on Monday, and then our finalists from the public speaking competition will be competing with students across the school board on Tuesday. Tuesdays will be secondary 1 and 2, and Wednesday will be sec 3, 4, and 5. As usual, don't forget to check out the Bulletin with more information on extracurricular activities, tryouts, and general announcements. You can review all bulletins on the school website. Here's Miss Samantha with this week's Health and Wellness Check-in.
Hello, Westmount High. So we're back again for our last week of talking about peace. So remember, the definition of peace is freedom from disturbance or a period in which there's no war. We've talked about inner peace and peace amongst our class and the people around us. And today we're going to talk about world peace. So world peace is really difficult, and sometimes it can feel overwhelming of how we as individuals can really help make our world more peaceful. I really do believe that if we work on that inner peace and reducing conflicts even within our school and amongst the people we're close to, I do believe this has an outward effect of like kind of a ripple effect. However, sometimes we want to still work on larger issues, but it can be really difficult as to where to even begin. And so we're not alone. The United Nations also has been working on this blueprint for peace and prosperity for all humans and the planet now and into the future. And so they created these goals for 2030. So it's 2022. We're like halfway through. They started them in 2015. They're called the Sustainable Development Goals. And so there's many different ones, and you can go online and learn more. But I like how they've broken it down to poverty, hunger, good health, well-being, education, gender equality, clean water, affordable clean energy, decent work, economic growth, industry and innovation, reduced inequality, sustainable cities, responsible consumption, climate action, life below the water, life on our land, peace, justice, strong institutions, and partnerships of people working together. So these are the 17 kind of different categories, because world peace and posterity, it's difficult, it's complicated, it's not just one thing, it's all of these things need to be worked on. So if there's one of these things that you're passionate about, if you're passionate about animals, go volunteer at the Humane Society, the SPCA. If you're passionate about peace and justice, then learn more, develop your education, go out with the protest. If it's hunger, work at the depot, volunteer there, or the food banks in our town. Gender equality, there's many different organizations, on and on. So choose one of these 17. If it's partnership, like develop like skills to be able to work across divides when there's conflict, like whatever is like your passion. Amazing. Like we need all of these things to work together. So choose one, research, learn it, and that's your world peace. That's how you're going to help bring world peace. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye.
You know, in movies, you know that it's a green screen. The Atom Project. The Atom Project is a movie about Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds grew up in the 2020s, and he was 12 in 2022. When we start off the story, he is an adult in the 2040s, and he accidentally time travels back to 2022 and meets his younger self. Now he has to stop time travel from ever being created, to stop a bunch of events from happening on Earth, events that would lead to huge, catastrophic events. Ryan Reynolds does a great job as our main character, and so does the actor of his younger self. However good the acting is, the story definitely starts off very weak, but it gets a lot better from that point on. I would give this movie definitely somewhere near a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Considering that 5 out of 10 is what every movie should strive to be at least, this one was pretty good. The Adam Project is on Netflix, and it's free if you have a Netflix account. Obviously, that's how Netflix works. And it's pretty good. Definitely watch it. The story could have been wrapped up a little quicker. Well, that's all for today. Have a nice life. I'll be back sometime in the future. Remember the Fantastic Beasts series? I don't either. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore is the newest Harry Potter film, even though it's technically not Harry Potter. Anyways, The Secrets of Dumbledore is a lot better than The Crimes of Grindelwald. And when I say that very meaningfully, because The Crimes of Grindelwald, I really liked its story, but its writing was really bad. Like really bad. But I liked the first film in the series, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, a lot. And so comparing that film to the third film, The Secrets of Dumbledore, it should be considered a compliment, because it is a compliment. The Secrets of Dumbledore was alright, not great. It mainly followed Credence as he struggled to stay loyal to Grindelwald, and Dumbledore trying to find a way to stop Grindelwald, even though his blood oath prevents him from doing so. The actual Fantastic Beasts that this series is named after play a big role in this movie, something that I thought was smart because the second film didn't really have them play a big role. The first few scenes of this movie were really good, and then it started to drag a little. It started to be more bland, more forgettable. But then the entire middle section of the film was good enough. It was okay. The middle section of the film felt like plain. It had no sort of context. Even though you knew why they were doing the stuff they were doing, it didn't feel like there was a reason. And then the ending of the movie was extremely good. I really liked the ending of this movie, and I think a lot of people who watch this movie were really won over by the ending. Yes, good endings don't always save a bad movie. That's true. We've seen examples. But for this film, it kinda does. So overall, The Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore gets a 7 out of 10. That was my review of The Fantastic Beasts 3, The Secrets of Dumbledore. Have a nice life.
Hello Westmount High, I'm Ashwin Wagner Manamala, and this week on the Westmount Highlights, I will be reviewing the book The Blackthorn Key by Kevin Sands. The Blackthorn Key follows the story of Christopher Roe and his best friend Tom in London around the 1600s. Christopher was previously an orphan who was adopted by the apothecary Benedict Blackthorn. After spending years with his beloved master, learning how to solve complex codes, puzzles, and creating powerful medicines, suddenly, while he's out of the shop, his beloved master is murdered. And as Christopher digs deeper into his master's past, he finds many dangerous secrets and enemies as he tries to solve the mystery of his master's sudden murder. If you love historical books, along with action, I'm sure you're gonna love this. It is absolutely incredible, 10 on 10 in my opinion. If you would like to take out the book, I suggest taking it out of the Westmount Library in our school. Thank you for tuning into this week's Westmount Highlights, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, my name is Finnegan and I'm from the Westmount Highlights, and I'm doing our book review today. And since last time I did it on the graphic novel Five Nights at Freddy's, I decided I wanted to keep going with the books by Scott Cawthon. The first book is about 3 stories about kids who make wishes that come true, but in a bad way. There are 3 kids, Oswald, Sarah, and Millie. Oswald wants an exciting summer, and that's given to him by the power of a time-traveling ball pit, which is why his story is called Into the Pit. Sarah wants to be beautiful, and she's granted that by the help of a robot, Eleanor. But it gets really creepy and dark at the end. And I won't spoil anything, but it's really creepy. The third story is about a girl named Millie in a story called Count the Ways. It's about Millie is a girl who wants to die, and around the story we get tidbits of how a machine is actually helping her through that, but Millie realizes she doesn't want to die in the end and wants to live. In the second book, Fetch, the first story is called, Fetch, that tells about a kid named Greg, who basically gets his toy dog, the one on the front of the book, that does stuff for him, but always what he wants, and he has to be very specific about it. The second one is about a kid named Alec who believes his sister is actually evil, unlike how she's acting for his parents, and wants to try to prove it to them by showing how evil she really is. It's a good one. Probably one of my favorites in that one. But my absolute favorite is the third one, where a kid named Oscar wants a toy called the Plush Trap Chaser. And he gets it, but it's a lot more realistic than he was hoping for. And that's about all I can really say about that one without giving too much away. Because these are 3 short horror stories in each book. They're really creepy, but these are actually really good, and I can really envision them in my mind. Creator Scott Cawthon and the people who helped him, Ellie Cooper and Andrea Wagner, I've really did a good job at creating a complex horror story that really makes you think. I just wanted to talk about this because, I really have an appreciation for the kind of stories Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, has come up with. I've only read these first 3, but I can already tell the series is going to be great. I'm Finnegan Duncan of Westmount Highlights, and this has been my book review. Bye!
Hello Westmount High, and welcome to this week's Westmount Highlights. The book I will be reviewing this week is David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. The book follows the life of David Copperfield from childhood to maturity. Now, for a quick summary of the beginning. David is born 7 months after his father's death. He lives a happy life with his mother and housekeeper, until one day his mother marries a cruel and abusive man named Edward Murdstone. After this moment in his life, it truly changed around. For better or worse, you'll have to read it to see. I would give this book a 10 on 10. If you want a good read or just a look around London in the 17th century, this is the book for you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Westmount Highlights, and I hope to see you next week.
Hi everyone, I'm Finnegan Duncan of Westmount Highlights. And this time I'm doing an art game review. And this time I want to review a game called Everything. The game is literally about everything. You get to start off as a random animal or object like a deer, a mountain elk, a polar bear, a penguin, and then from that you can ascend and descend into different things. Like you can ascend to be a palm tree, or you can descend to be a penguin. It's really cute, and some of the assets in the game. And if you go low enough, you can go to micro stuff level. You can become an atom if you go down enough. If you go really high, you can go to continents. Then you can turn into the planet. Then the solar system. And then if you go high enough, you turn one-dimensional. My goal when I play this game is to just become everything and collect all the things you can become. Although a lot of people might play just to experience the different perspectives. I really think it's a really smart game, and it's actually kind of educational. Plus, it's fun. It's fun to see how many things you can become. Well, I'm Finnegan Duncan of Westmount Highlights, and I think you would enjoy this game. See you next time. Bye.
You know what that sound means. It's time to give out some birthday love. So happy birthday to the following students: Ryan Babin, Suleiman Barry, Dalen Marion Jacob, Liam Seliger, Lily Barringen, Hanakib Rich, Alex Santos, Ahmed Abdelrahim, Jamie Shauna McClement, Logan Roeder, Alba Sanchez, Io Hamilton Choi, Milo Levinson, Dante Sorgini, and Noah Dudo. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. We hope you had an awesome day. And that's it for us this week. We'll be back next Monday with another episode. Until then, we'll keep the nightlights on. Be well.